Every tree planted in our vulnerable wetlands can add up to a big difference. And later this week, a local organization launches a campaign to give each of us a chance to do our part, take a simple step to help restore that vulnerable coast. Thomas Pepper and Britt Alapurdi with Common Ground Relief Wetlands are here to tell us about that. Good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
All right, well, Thomas, first of all, what do you have there? You have a young cypress tree.
Well, this is a bald cypress tree. This was potted last January. It was about 10 inches tall. It's now about 4.5 feet. And we're going to start putting these trees with the swamp tupelos in the ground beginning in late October. And we'll be planting about 5,500 bottomland hardwood trees with our organization through the end of March. And then we'll go ahead and we'll be switching to marsh grasses.
So and this is a tupelo tree over here, Britt. So for the uninitiated, what difference do these trees make?
So these trees make a huge difference in terms of hurricane protection for our state. For every 4 square miles of swamp that we have, it's going to reduce storm surge by 1 foot when a hurricane does come. So we think it's really important to get volunteers from all over the country to come help us, and we plant trees within basically a 2-hour radius of the city.
And you've planted over the years, what, 60 linear miles of trees?
Well, we've done about 25,000 trees. We've done about 60 miles of shoreline restoration. You know, what's interesting to note is with Hurricane Rita and Hurricane Katrina, there was about 325 million trees that were badly damaged or destroyed, the Gulf forest trees. And there's been no effort in western Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, or Louisiana to the Texas coast to go ahead and begin this huge reforestation effort.
So part of what you're suggesting is, hey, people, you got a stake in this, get out there and plant some trees.
We really do need to go ahead and begin this concerted effort to organize communities and have this plant material made available to them. What's really important, down in the lower 9th Ward, we have a tree farm. It's about 1/3 of an acre, but we produce about 6,000 trees a year.
On 1/3 of an acre?
1/3 of an acre. And every neighborhood needs to be talking about planting trees, not only for wind barriers, but also for surge protection on both the inside and the outside of the levees, but also going ahead and creating this effort and working with the coastal zone managers and these various parishes and working with the various state and federal agencies to get people organized and get people out planting vegetation.
You know, I guess somebody might look at this and say, it'll take forever for this tree to, gain height, and what difference does it make?
Right, well, it makes a huge difference. Once you get the trees in the actual environment that they thrive in, they shoot up extremely quickly. So within a couple years, a tree that might look like this might be 15, 20 feet high, and it's going to have a huge impact when a hurricane comes, or just to keep the land that we we have from being lost.
Even a 15, 20-foot tall tree, when you put a bunch of them together, can make a difference?
And these bald cypress, these will be 30, 40 feet tall within a couple of years in the right environment.
That's pretty staggering.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So when you see those trees, I think a scientist explained to me, when you see those trees along the I-55 in the Hammond area as you're driving there, those are teenagers in cypress years, but they grow into these, left alone and on log, they grow into these massive, massive natural windbreaks.
Which is really important.
And unfortunately, so much of the storm surge from hurricanes, that salt water has sat on these old growth cypress forests and has killed them off. So that's why we're making this huge effort right now to replant those forests so that one day we will have those big 800-year trees.
All right, well, gentlemen, Thomas, Britt, thanks very much for your time this morning. Good luck with your efforts.
Planting
a tree and making a difference, one tree at a time.
One tree at a time.
All right.